What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Drink This Book podcast.
And we back.
And we're back from a long-awaited holiday break. I hope everyone enjoyed their holidays. I did. It was quiet.
It was good.
Very quiet. I'm your host, Sadie. I have Katie, and then I have Miss Dion on the end. This episode is called The Mayor of Maxwell Street by Avery Cunningham. And let me just say this. I mostly listen to my books on Audible because, again, I got things to do during the day. Unfortunately, I don't have the precious time to sit and read and turn pages. It would be nice if I could, but that would be selfish of my time if I did. It's only so many hours of the day that I can just spend to myself. So I gotta make a compromise somewhere.
Y'all know I'm a page turner.
Yeah.
I have to. I like, the feel, the smell.
I
am a page turner.
I am an immersive reader now.
I'm gonna try that. When I heard you guys discussing it, I'm going to see what that's about.
So if you don't know what immersive reading is, it is when you have the book in front of you and you have the audio. So it's kind of like it just transforms you into like you're in the scene. You're there. You're reading it and you're hearing it, and it's like the words jump off the page. You should try it.
So it's like group reading in class.
Basically.
Yeah.
Basically.
But see, this is the thing. When I do my reading, I have my own voices and things and like reactions. And sometimes when the narrators be reading, they don't have enough life in them, enough enthusiasm in them. And I'm like, come on, give it a little bit more. That's when I picture it.
Now I am a snob with my audio, and when I heard that Miss Bonnie Turpin was reading this book, she is like audio royalty.
I love her.
That was a selling point for me. Bonnie Turpin? If you get Bonnie Turpin to read your book is doing something.
Yeah.
Okay? Because
I don't know.
That's very true.
What's crazy? I don't know who Bonnie Turpin is, but I know who Bonnie Turpin is. Right. I know the name, but I don't know exactly.
It's the voice. If you don't know the name,
you know what I'm saying?
It's the voice. You're going to know the voice.
As soon as you be like, that's her.
Yeah, that's
See, it's a lot of things. Like, I don't be knowing people's names and stuff. And
that's me.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I do the voice
like on
or
Abbott
face.
Elementary when Barbara be calling the wrong.
Yeah. Women, Pacific girls.
Girl.
Okay, so a little bit about this book. To introduce this book, it is by Avery Cunningham. And basically, Penelope Nelly Sawyer is a young African-American woman who has just arrived to attend her brother's funeral. Mm-hmm. Nelly's family has recently ascended to the upper echelons of black society, thanks to her father's success as a Kentucky horse breeder, famously dubbed the wealthiest Negro in America. Mm-hmm. Despite their wealth, the Sawyers are constantly reminded of the fragility of their status, walking on a tightrope between acceptance and exclusion. Mm-hmm. While Nelly's parents push her to marry well and secure their family's newfound place in society, Nelly has other plans. Unknown to her family, she has been working as an undercover journalist for the Chicago Defender, reporting on the struggles and triumphs of black Americans in a segregated society. Her latest assignment thrusts her into the dangerous world of organized crime as she attempts to unmask the enigmatic crime boss known as the Mayor of Maxwell Street. So, with this book, the themed drink that we have before us.
And it's cute, by the way.
It's really cute.
Thank
That's why
you.
I'm dying to know the name.
This is called The Incomplete Thought.
The Incomplete Thought.
So this is what's in the Incomplete Thoughts. I use peach vodka, Martinelli sparkling blush. It's just like a juice. It's just a sparkling juice, almost like the Welch's juices. And then an Arizona watermelon tea.
Okay.
And now I call this the Incomplete Thoughts because even though this book is very good and has a lot of details in it,
it's great.
It is a great book, but it's incomplete.
Why you say that?
We will get into that part on the open discussion, but it is an incomplete book.
Okay.
As far as a person like me, because, I love crime. I love those types of, books, shows, all that. Like, I'm a CSI girl, the original, not the mothers, the original. Not the spinoff. The originals. And I love fantasy and all of this stuff, and I do like this book because it is a historical nonfiction fiction, basically, because it technically could have happened.
Right.
I could see it being a movie.
But it was a lot of unanswered questions.
And as I sit here and think about it, you're right. You're
like,
right.
why
I
the
have
house
some
blow
things
up?
right now.
Why her parents?
You're right. There's several moments.
What happened in the alley?
Several moments.
What was that real conversation? Who got shot? Was he
You know
actually
what?
being chased? If
You
you're
did
the
that.
mayor,
You did that. The incomplete thought.
yeah, that's what
You
I'm saying.
did
Like,
that.
it's
So I had
with
a-
her brother's death, like
Thank you.
You did that.
it was a lot.
It was a lot
Yeah.
because when he said,
But guess what?
in
Guess
the midst
what?
of them arguing, he said, "But your parents knew."
Yeah, but this is the thing. I think, as I think about it now, she may have intentionally wrote the book that way
Right.
so this can be a part 2 or
True.
part 3 or however a series or whatever like that. She may have intentionally
And
done
I
that.
hope that's the
I
case.
baby.
I really do. I really do hope that's
Yeah.
the case.
I hope that's what you're
because
doing.
for it
boo.
to be a debut book, it's a really good book. And it's, let me
Yes.
tell you something, it was a 15-hour book.
Yes.
Again, I told you I listened to it on
528
Audible.
Well,
pages.
see, I don't know the hours, but I know. Look at this. Look at. I mean, this baby is thick.
hours.
This baby is. This, she's beautiful. She's thick.
And 28 pages.
Yeah.
15 hours. I know.
Yeah.
Speed up. So, but yeah.
Not to speed up, baby.
I will say it was a great book, but it
was
could
a
have
great
been
book.
100 pages less.
100, 200 or 300.
Yeah. Some stuff I felt like I didn't need. Some
Yeah.
stuff
What? Like
I
what?
wanted more of some stuff, and then I got a lot of other stuff that, like some of the interactions with the other young people. I didn't
Oh yeah,
need that.
yeah.
I felt like that was
Yeah.
fluff. I'm
Yeah.
like, I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I felt like Sequoia was incomplete because you brought her, when you introduced Sequoia, you brought her in as this bigger in life and as if she's going to be throughout the entire book.
Yeah.
But midway towards the end, she just dropped off.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
She did.
And I was like,
thinking
I like
part 2.
Sequoia. Yeah.
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
baby.
like,
She's. I mean, I'm ready. I'm here for her.
Cause Sequoia clocked the T when he walked through the door.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
She's already like, wait
Yeah,
a minute.
mm-mm.
No.
No, it's like
That's very
Sequoia
true.
say, I know everybody. I be in everybody's business because her status in their society was, she wasn't high ranked, but she was high respected because of who her father was.
Right, right.
And then in that regard, she knows I can't rub shoulders like talking about with these people money wise, but I can rub shoulders with you information wise.
Right.
Because I know who
She
to
has-
talk to, how to talk to, how to get the information, how to move,
She did.
and how to, like,
She was
that I
very
give her.
confident. Very. I could just
And
picture her.
Can we say that she had the best training because church politics
Oh, absolutely.
will
of
teach
course.
that
Absolutely.
to you, and as a
Absolutely.
PK kid.
Yeah.
And what I love about her, I love her attire. I
Yeah.
love her fashion sense.
She's always dressed.
When they described that she had this suit on and slick back hair, baby.
Right.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
pinstripe. Oh,
I was
like,
like, she clean.
I can
Yeah.
picture it.
I
can
pictured
picture
her
it.
every single. I like.
But you have
red.
to be bold to wear something like that back in the 1920s.
And then she had on
Right.
red. Sis
Yeah.
had on
you
red.
had to be
As
very
a
bold to
pastor's
do
daughter.
that. And confident in yourself
Yeah.
to wear something like that in 1920s.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what I liked about her. She was confident in herself. She didn't need anybody to tell her or define who she was, you know, because I
Right.
know who I
Correct,
am.
yeah.
Regardless of who my father is, I know who I am. You know,
Right.
so that's what I liked about Sequoia the most.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this book, y'all. I can't
enjoyed
say
it.
it enough.
But it was still incomplete.
It was definitely on my top. It was definitely
It
on my
was.
top
It
for
was in my top.
2024.
It's in my top because I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting the action to be the way it was.
It was a little bit of everything.
It really was. I was like, damn, we got fleeing and shooting.
You got some family drama. You got some, you got some backstories of family drama.
Like,
you got current family drama.
Right.
You got the gangsters. You got the politicians.
Yeah, you got the
You got the fashion. You got the fashion.
Yeah, you had the Italian mob was in the book as well.
It was one part where I thought Nelly was a goner, but then I looked at the book and I was like, well, there's like 100 pages left, so we know Nelly's not going to die. But I was worried for sis.
What happened
like, girl.
in the alley?
Yeah.
These things need. Now that was a crucial point. What the hell happened in that alley?
Because we've been trying to find out who the mayor is, and the moment you tell us, you just
even though we figured that out early. What page you said, Dion? You figured out who the mayor was?
Baby, it was like 290. 296, I believe. I believe it's exactly 296. I figured it out. Hold on. No. I wrote them down because I got my quotes. It was 186. Page 186. I knew who the man was.
I don't know what
page
it was, but it was the scene where he walks into the room and everybody got quiet. All the men, all the high up men.
That was at the very beginning.
Yeah,
I want to say that was like,
it was at the very beginning.
I want to say like chapter 3 or 4.
It was at the very
beginning.
Because when he walked into the room and all of them shut the F up.
You can hear like a pin
and everybody
drop
was, it was like respect. It was.
And Nelly had to see who was this person that was commanding this much attention.
Yes, it was crazy because he commanded the room and he commanded so much attention. But when he talked, he was like, "Oh, I got a boss. Where the boss at? Why would he never met the boss?" So that was my first.
And he never said who his boss name was.
And that's what I'm saying. So
his street boss was Dan. Daniel. That was his street boss. That's who he had to answer to on the street wise. Dan was. But yeah. We got some nice quotes on here, I see.
Yeah. Wait, but let's talk about the author for a second. So her name is Avery Cunningham. She resides in Memphis, Tennessee, and she's a graduate of DePaul University in 2016. And she graduated with a Master of Arts in Writing and Publishing with a publishing program. She has over a decade of editorial experience with various literary magazines, small presses, and best-selling authors. Avery grew up surrounded by exceptional African Americans who strive to uplift their communities while also maintaining a tenacious hold on prosperity in a starkly segregated environment. The sensation of being at once within and without is something she had grappled with since childhood and explores thoroughly in her work of historical fiction. When not writing, Avery is adventuring with her Bernese mountain dog, Grizzly, and wading waist deep in research for her next novel. She aspires to tell the stories of complex characters fighting for their right to exist at the fringes of history. The Mayor of Maxwell Street is her debut novel.
I love her.
Which is why I was like, this is still a really good book to say this is her debut.
Yeah.
novel.
Just imagine the next book,
exactly.
Just imagine what her next book's going to be like if she's coming out like this.
Right. She came out
and then because she has a website dedicated for this book, basically.
As she should.
Website.
Right.
And, I was talking with my husband about the book, and I was complaining about, the missing pieces. Mm-hmm. And he Googled the book, and he was like, dang, that's the first thing that popped up for him.
What?
About the plot, the missing information of the book. And he was like, dang, that's the first thing I see as far as comments go with this book. He was like, so you're not the only one. I was like, I know I'm not. I said, but Dion looked at me crazy when we had our book club meeting, and I gave it a certain star rating.
I think it's gonna be. I think she intentionally done it.
I hope so. I really do. And Katie would tell you, I will go back and read other parts of the book because it was a book. Our previous book club had picked. What was it? Children of Blood
and Bone.
Yeah, so they had picked the second book. They had already read the first book. So me and her had to go back and read the first book.
So we had to read
was like,
ooh,
this is good.
Yeah.
And so now we're anticipating, because the third book has already dropped. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and finish
I copped
this
it.
series.
I
copped it as well.
I'm just waiting to read it. It's on the TBR list.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
I'm
ahead
waiting to see what
let me
this
tell
drink
you-
gonna do. Cause you said you was waiting to see. I'm waiting to see. I just sipped this. Don't be looking at me like that.
Is it giving you incomplete
I
thoughts?
I just sipped this. It's making me think where it's gonna take me.
Oh.
Home to your husband. That's it.
Girl.
Now, what happens when you get the?
Hey.
That is not on me.
But you know what? I told Travis about this book because my son reads. I think he should read this book. I wish my husband would read it, but, you know. But I told my son about this book, and he's interested in reading it. So we're gonna see what he says too as well, because he like, what's the stuff our avatar? What is the stuff? A Naruto or Naruto?
You like
Anime. Okay, you know I'm old. I'm not gonna,
You could have said, what's the stuff that you two like?
Yeah.
Right.
So he's off into that type of stuff, and then like the with the Lord of the Rings, that type of stuff, you know. So, but he's a reader though, you know, because he you know he.
I don't know if he's gonna read the Lord of the Rings books.
He's currently on the 48 Laws of Power, you know. But I asked him to read this. Check this here book out.
Everybody has read 48
You
Laws
know,
of Power.
so-
I ain't gonna lie.
You know
My husband reads it probably 2 or 3 times a year.
Yeah.
That's why he got so many
So,
credits, because he
yeah.
just reads the same books over and over. So I was like, wait, you got how many credits?
Because you pick up
you
things that
got a
you missed
double-digit
before.
credits.
Right. I will say that if you read
Does
it again,
he?
you will pick
He
up.
done had credits expired because he don't use them.
Oh no.
How did that
Literally,
expire?
what?
Oh, no.
I ain't either. Because literally,
Oh,
when I
no.
pulled up his Audible, he was like, "You got a credit expired."
See, I'm getting
And,
warm in the inside.
No, sir.
This is warming me up. I can tell you immediately. You know what? Make me a mocktail next time. You know, I can't with you.
It's
Chill.
only
me a
one
mocktail.
alcohol. It's literally
Just
only
make
one
mine look
alcohol.
like this. You know, just make me a mocktail.
No,
just
ma'am.
can't,
There's no
man.
fun. Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the.
So give the people a little bit more of the synopsis and the plot.
Okay, so here we have 20-year-old Nelly Sawyer is the daughter of the alleged wealthiest Negro in America, a Kentucky horse breeder whose wealth and prestige catapults his family to the heights of the exclusive elite black society. After the unexpected death of her brother, Elder, the family's presumed heir, Nelly goes from being virtually unknown to a premier debutante overnight. I bet that was overwhelming.
Right.
Yeah.
But Nelly has aspirations beyond society, influence, and marriage. For the past year, she has worked undercover as an investigative journalist for the Chicago Defender, sharing the achievements and tribulations of everyday black people living in the shadow of Jim Crow. Now, her latest assignment thrust her into the den of a dangerous the so-called Mayor of Maxwell.
Yeah.
Charming and mysterious, Jay Shorey strives to balance his connection to the Chicago underworld with his desperate yearning for the refinement and protection of high society. Born to a murdered biracial couple in rural Alabama, he knows firsthand what it means to be denied a chance at the American dream. When a tragic turn of fate gave Jay a rare path out, he took it without question.
I don't know about without question. But...
He was
It was either take it or die.
He had no choice.
Yes. He washed up on Chicago's storied shores and never looked back until now. When Nelly and Jay's paths cross, she recruits him to help expose the mayor and bring about a lasting change in a corrupt city, trapped between the monolith of Jim Crow, the inflexible world of black upper class, and the violence of Prohibition era Chicago. That was a lot.
Yeah.
Jay and Nelly work together and stoke the flames of a love worth fighting for. And yet, as with all things in America, there's a price to be paid. What risk is Nelly willing to take for a young man willing to risk it all? Debut author Avery Cunningham's stunning novel is at once an epic love story, a riveting historical drama, and a brilliant exploration of black society and perseverance when the 20s first began to roar.
Now that I will say yes.
Yeah.
That. Now that is a messed up love story.
Right.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, okay, let's talk about Jay. let's talk about Jay Short, because obviously the book is written from starting off with Nelly's point of view. Then you get some of Jay's point of view. Well, actually, the prologue starts off with Jay, because when
at that time at the beginning he wasn't Jay, he was James Glass.
Yeah, he was
James Glass, aka Jimmy Blue Eyes.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, I ain't gonna lie. When the book first came out, I got bored.
I did it.
I was ready. I was from the start.
From the prologue, I was like, "Oh, we doing this?
Oh, we popping.
Yeah,
at the beginning."
Okay, but here's why. It was giving me 40 acres.
Absolutely.
And 40
but
acres.
It switched from that though.
Yeah, it did. It
Big
did
time.
switch from it. So I was just like, man, is it gonna be one of those books, like a hard read? And I was just like, man,
I didn't think that.
Leading up to, the girl, the Caucasian girl, the pale girl is, blaming him for
touching her.
And
so he'll be coming with the white sheets
so
and
that's why I was like, man, this is giving me
the
40
noose and the white
acres.
sheets.
And I was like, 40 acres, it opens up with, a person getting kidnapped.
Right.
So I was just like, man, okay, I'll start to mentally prepare for that type of book. But then when it switches to Nelly's point of view, chapter 1, I was like, oh, okay. I was like, who the hell
his uncle looked out for him. His uncle was like, hey, did something happen or whatever like that? He was like, no, nothing happened. He was young. I think by him having that the mindset of not knowing to I guess act on what she's asking you to do or whatever like that, it grew him. I'm gonna use this experience that the knowledge that I didn't know back then, I'm going to use it now. And he used it and applied it to the rest of his life.
Right.
I feel like, though, it was before that. Because when the book comes on and they're going through that scene, they discuss what he's thinking, how he's processing the situation. Even before that whole scene with old girl in the car.
With the brother.
He was like, that man
he had
was
to quench his
talking to
fist.
him. He was talking to him like that, and he was just like...
Because he was already fed up. I saw what you did to my parents.
Right.
It was all built up in him.
I was like, his mind, his mentality had switched when he saw his parents.
Yeah.
And that's why I was upset.
Yeah.
You saw your parents get burned alive in that house, and for you to blow up that house.
Yeah, and the uncle wanted him to go away around that time, but he stayed.
No. The uncle said, I was supposed to send you then. Your father said, if anything happened to me, I was supposed to send you away then. Right. But I just couldn't because whatever excuse he gave him was just lame. He was like, but I'm doing it now.
I don't think he was willing to go. Because the uncle had to basically force him to go. Like, you can just go now, because it's going to go down.
They coming for you.
Leave.
Yeah. He's like, they coming for you. He's like, but I'm going to redeem myself because I didn't do what your father asked me from the beginning.
Right. So now you have to go.
Yeah, now you have to go.
And that makes me think, too, that she's going to do a second book because they didn't go into any information like what did they do when they got... Well, we know what they did when the uncle got there.
Because he was blind.
But, yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
And that was my thing. I'm like, because even when, what was her name? Rose?
Yeah.
Came back and it's like, Jimmy Blue Eye,
Yeah.
And she told Nelly, she was like, well, the mob came and, his uncle was, and Nelly growing up.
They did what they did back then.
Yeah.
Right. She growing up in.
We can't get you, we going to get somebody.
Yeah.
She growing up in fairy tale land,
Yeah.
She doesn't know the struggles.
Never.
So that's why which I have to attribute
she was blind
to her
to the
writing skills. Like, she was interested in that side of the black culture and where she was from. She doesn't live like that.
No.
Yeah, but she was trying to be the voice for those.
She was,
especially
because
with
she
the little
did
girl.
have to experience.
Her friend that was taken.
She did experience some.
And she was upset with the daddy. He couldn't really do anything. All the money that the daddy had, he couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's how it was, though.
Rich and somebody that make way less than you can still tell you what to do.
Absolutely, and you have to. Yeah. Yeah, that's baby. Oh, our ancestors.
Right. Yes, baby.
So,
Ooh.
how did you feel about the book?
I liked the book. I really did. What drove me to read it because we don't get a lot of stories where black people have money or black people are rich. We get the struggle stories. So that's what intrigued me to just pick it up because I'm like, oh, we got a historical fiction
But we
book.
did have money like that. They just
didn't talk about it.
They didn't
Exactly.
talk about it.
So that's what
We
drove
had our
me.
own Wall Street.
We did.
Yeah.
As you know.
Now, Nelly did stress me out a couple times because
Yeah.
she was in my opinion, she's very naive because of the
Oh,
money, because
yeah.
of her lifestyle. She put herself in danger for no reason sometimes.
For
I'm
no
like, so
reason.
I would find myself reading like, do you think that's smart? Do you think you should go? Like, no.
Though she was the main character, she was my absolute least favorite.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
she
mean,
was
I'm
my
like-
least favorite.
Girl, but that's what I like about a book like that.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
to just make you
not
so
really.
mad at
Yeah,
the main
she
character.
was my
Avery,
least
you
favorite.
done that, girl.
Right,
You
I was
done that,
like-
boo. You done it.
I was like, okay. I think one of the funniest parts for me was when, what's his name, Tomas?
Mm-hmm.
And he does this big grand gesture of
Oh, the train.
on the train of holding her down and having her back, and she's just like,
Oh, I ride private, so I
yeah,
wouldn't
and
know.
she's like, thanks, I guess. You know?
That's her. That's her being so naive.
Yes.
Yeah, the
With her
naivete.
money, with her lifestyle, you know, she didn't understand what the average day working.
Black person had to go through.
Yeah,
Right.
And
yeah.
so for her to see that, she was just like, well, thank you, I guess. But
Yeah.
this ain't, I don't know anything
Yeah.
about this. I thought that part was,
Yeah, and the
Right.
argument between her and Sequoia at the funeral, I was like, now you talking like you got some sense.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Look at you, girl. I'm proud of you. You better fluff up them feathers.
right.
'Cause
My
you-
funny part is when the daughter, which we haven't gotten there yet, they had the cat fight. You know,
Martin's
and, you know,
daughter.
they was
Yeah.
like the daughter beat her every way, which but loose. You know,
But
turned
loose.
her.
Yeah.
Every way
They
but
turned
loose.
her every which way but loose.
Yeah.
You know, so I love that.
Yeah.
That was the funny part. You know,
It was
and,
a
and
lot
her
of-
thing is, I deserve that butt whooping. You know,
Yeah.
so yeah, you did, and you did. You know, Nelly.
Because when she was in that room and she started talking, I was like, Nelly, you can't tell that.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You gonna get that girl killed. And
Unalived.
I mean unalive. You gonna get that girl unalived, and then you know
Yeah.
here we
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
How did you feel about it?
Yeah, I loved it.
I feel like you love every book we read.
No, I don't, because I couldn't stand. You don't. The style and patient couldn't stand that. Couldn't
We're
stand.
gonna talk about that. On
And you know
another
what? Hold on.
podcast.
Let me correct. Let me fix this, because I don't want to ever down talk an author. I appreciate any book, any author that because I can't go up here and write no book. No, I can't. But I'm gonna just say, the silent patient wasn't for me.
Yeah, it's a psychological.
I'm like Maxwell
thriller.
Waters, reclaiming my time.
Yeah, I guess because I
Oh,
grew
and
up
the-
on sci-fi stuff.
Well-
My mom is a big horror sci-fi
Oh,
junkie.
so you.
That's
was
how I knew
a
Lorenz
Trekkie?
Tate had a brother.
Oh,
Yes.
didn't know that.
Because he was
Yes.
on a sci-fi movie, a saber-tooth sci-fi movie.
Yeah,
Back when
yeah.
I was young. I was like, that man look
But
like
were
Lorenz
you
Tate.
a Trekkie though? Your mom was a Trekkie.
No,
No, y'all-
but we
y'all
were
didn't
a
watch
Lake
Star Trek?
Placid and
Lake Placid.
Tremors and
Oh, baby, Tremors was my mood. Have you ever seen
I
Tremors?
have not.
What? Girl, I have
have
failed you once again.
I don't know anything about a trimmer.
I failed you. I'm sorry. I
Oh my
apologize. I
gosh.
apologize
Even
right
I
now
have
to her.
seen Tremors multiple times.
There's,
'Cause
and
I'm
there's
just
several
like,
parts.
It's
of
hilarious.
Tremors.
It's multiple
hilarious.
movies. It's
I love
hilarious
Tremors.
because I'm like, y'all about to die from stuff in the ground.
What about Critters? What did you like Critters? I could see you liking Critters.
I need to rewatch it because I've seen it in bits and pieces. I need to
Okay,
rewatch
because I
it.
could totally see you liking Critters. Yeah, if you know.
Eight-legged
Oh, but we
Freak.
I have to fix that for you.
Yeah, fix it. 'cause
And then
I
it
don't-
was a spider movie. I forgot what it's called, but it might actually be the phobia of spiders, whatever that word.
Arachnophobia?
Is. Yeah, I think
yeah,
that's the name.
I love
of
that.
the
Yeah, that's the
I
movie.
saw that. Yeah,
Arachnophobia.
And I was like, not spiders chasing you.
Yeah, arachnophobia. Yeah,
was
that was,
like,
but
man.
that was pretty good though.
Yeah.
That was a really
It
good
was,
movie.
but
One
it
of my
was
favorite
scary as
movies
hell.
is The Birds.
Oh, the
I've
old
seen
school.
The old
I've
school.
seen that.
Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've seen
yes,
I watched
yes,
that
yes.
as a kid. I don't think I should have, but that was my
that was probably my doing that you saw that.
Probably was.
But it's okay. It was a good one. You know, it's not like I
experienced many things because of you.
Let's not talk about certain things.
Yes, just saying.
So who was your favorite character?
My favorite character was Tomas Escalante Eroche.
Yes, his whole name. And every time she
even
said
though it
his
spelled
whole
like
name.
Thomas Roche.
But every time she said his whole name, I was like,
I love it. Yes, Tomas Escalante Eroche.
But he wasn't my favorite.
Why not?
He gave me controlling personality.
I just gave him. He was firm.
Yeah.
He was like, I want to take. I want to take care of you.
Firm, but you also need to ask her opinion in the matter.
But you gotta
because
think about,
that is her family's money. That's her family. You're coming in. And I understand you're taking over.
But he was a businessman too, so I gotta help you
on
your money, keep your money.
Though, you gotta think about his culture and where he comes from.
Absolutely. That's how they are though.
That's why I was like, okay.
He's of Latin descent.
He is of Latin descent, but I was like, come on now.
But then also think about the scene when she comes in and him and the dad is in there having a conversation and they're having drinks and stuff, and he rode the horse to her.
Yeah, he was gonna propose.
We don't know what him and dad talked about. When the dad talked to her, his dad kind of also foreshadowed his own death. Mm-hmm. So we don't know the conversation that Ambrose had with Tomas. Mm-hmm. So he could have been like, "Listen, I don't think I'm gonna be here much longer. The things I
he already told her
another reason.
He gave his blessings. I gave my blessings.
To take care of my daughter and my money and my legacy. So we don't know.
Which was another reason why I was upset. It's incomplete. What were those conversations? What was the conversation between Elder and his parents? When he told him that he was in trouble.
Because the book only says that they told him, no, we're not helping this time. We didn't help you enough, basically.
And that only came out because Jay was arguing with her.
Right.
Okay, so
because it did not go into detail.
I'm ready to say my least favorite. So let's finish with who's your favorite.
My favorite, I'm gonna go with Tomas.
My favorite was Sequoia.
I loved her too. It was a toss up between Sequoia and Thomas. It really was.
Sequoia the best.
It was. It was a toss up between those two. But I also liked her mother. I like Florence. Though she did not have a good relationship with her mother, she was closer to her father. Right. Because I knew it's still the deal. She was closer to her father is when she literally cussed at that dinner table, said the F-bomb, and the mom Florence got upset and like, hey, Ambrose, you gonna handle that? He checked Florence. Right. He never checked Nelly.
No.
He checked Florence.
You know what part I love is when Nelly went to that room and locked that door and he knocked.
And
she walked away. But she walked away and he's like, he came back with the key, baby. We don't have locked doors in my house.
And he told her,
baby, I'll die.
You about to not even have a door.
No. Girl, I would take the whole door.
So y'all was taking doors in the 1920s?
I guess they were.
Okay, so to Florence and Ambrose credit, they remember what it was like being poor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely.
So with Florence, I felt like she morphed into that society as people who come into money, new money, do a lot. She morphed into that as if the invitations for a funeral.
But the woman that woman put in the work.
She did.
She put in the work. She was in there. She grind with her husband.
I think the best part with Florence was when Nelly came in and she had all of the blood on her, and then she got her away from the
Hey, hold on. Let me go clean my baby up.
And she was like, now,
then we'll be back.
Tell me what happened, but this is what we gonna do when we get back outside
That's
the door.
what I'm talking
So
about.
I was like, I like that part.
Yeah, because again, she grew up in the old South.
Yes.
Right.
So
she was the daughter of a sharecropper.
To protect my own.
Yeah, I'm going to protect mine.
Because I know she was like, I know these pale faces are looking for any excuse to get us up out of this neighborhood.
Out of this house. Yes.
Out of this house.
To ruin our legacy.
And like they said, they had to have police officers on payroll.
Right.
She was a woman who knew what she wanted. Because it says that, baby, she was waiting on Ambrose to come down and ask her daddy for her hand. You know, she was like, I was waiting there on you at the door.
Yeah.
So Florence
had
knew.
the foresight to pick.
Absolutely.
All right, you the one that's gonna get us up out of here.
And that's what happened. And she helped him. She helped him build.
So my question is, because they never discussed Elder's relationship with his parents. We knew he was the golden child.
Distant.
Basically, he was the golden child. He was the one that was going to carry on.
He was the heir.
He was the heir. So my question is, was he Florence's favorite or was he
I think
Ambrose?
he was Florence's favorite. Because Ambrose spent more time with Nelly. Because she was at the tracks with him.
Right.
You know,
she traveled with him.
Ambrose actually said that I thought I was gonna leave this estate, this business, this to you, you know, because when he so-called found the letter that she was so-called talking to another guy, you know, through the letter correspondence when she was really talking to Richard at the Defender, and he was like, okay, well, you know, all right, your mom want to marry you off, and I thought I was going to actually leave the business to you, you know, you was gonna be the one to run it, you know, and he didn't even say that. I mean, come on, she was the girl. And the baby girl at that.
Exactly.
But you thinking that you're going to leave it to her, though.
Right.
You know? But Florence
he
had
knew, he knew Elder wasn't about nothing.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
But see, and that's where I'm confused at. Y'all are from the Deep South. Y'all know what it takes to come up. And you know that you can lose it very quickly just by making the wrong move in society.
I think that's why they was pushing her, though, because I think they felt like.
So what did you do? You just dropped the ball with Elder. You see what I'm saying? Like, where did you go wrong in your parenting?
I don't think they went wrong. I felt like they focused on the come up
so much
to where he fell by the wayside. Yeah,
he was just doing what he was doing.
Honestly, if you think about it, they really was. Both kids fell by the wayside because
they didn't have they had supervision, but they didn't have supervision.
Yeah, because she was like,
because
me and my daddy
Florence
would travel.
Was on Nelly,
right?
Like, I got to sneak out the house and all of that. I'm like, but you sneaking out the house, but you gone in the middle of the night for days.
Make
it make
like
sense.
Or when she got bruised and stuff and walk back in the house. You think I can walk back in the house and with bruises on my face and ain't nobody gonna say nothing?
Right.
First of all, let's start by you been gone for days.
Yeah.
So then this is how I felt like her parents knew what was going on because Ambrose had close ties to the mayor. And that whole
society,
that whole society. So, like you said, when he found the letter, and he was like kind of being cryptic when he was talking to her, like, let's not get any more, you know, like all of that. Like I felt like he knew what was going on because anytime she would go out to Maxwell Street, they didn't look for her.
No.
There was no concerns for her whatsoever anytime she was on Maxwell Street.
You know, another thing that bothered me. We supposed to be undercover trying to figure this out, but she had to use her real name too much for me. Like, I'm Penelope Sawyer. Wait a minute.
Well, because she wasn't ready. She was naive.
Right. I'm like,
she used her name to try to get her out of sticky situations.
Again, the same thing that her brother did.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm good for it. I'm good for it. Just get me in. I can pay my way. Right. You know.
Oh, I love when she got slapped.
By who? Which one? Which time?
Which slap? Because she got hit a couple times.
Yeah, that's true. One not
that
Rowan.
Crazy dude?
Rowan's boss, the Irish guy. I can't think of his name right now, but the Irish.
I don't think that's his
Rowan was the one who kidnapped her, who took her hostage. He was the first one who got her. Got her into the room.
The security, yeah.
And then his boss is who was the one who was working her over.
Crazy one,
It wasn't Mikey, was it?
Mikey. Yes, it was an Irish.
Because he was crazy.
Yeah, he was crazy.
I just knew Mikey was gonna kill her, but then, like I said, I looked down and we had a couple of 100 pages left, so I was like, well, she's not gonna die.
But then for her to randomly come up on the bodyguard while she was walking.
Mind your business.
Mind your business. She got the missing pieces that she needed.
She did, but baby,
from that plain Jane conversation. Because after that conversation she had with him on the side of that curb, everything clicked together.
I remember reading the book.
She started replaying
everything
that he said to her when they first went through Maxwell down in the market.
Right.
She started to replay it. It's like, oh, and it just started to click to her.
But when he first said, I think his name was Elder, I was like, I think I remember dropping the book. I was like,
I was ready.
Like,
I wanted him to say his name was Elder.
Yeah.
I wanted
he was
that
because he died in a car wreck.
Yeah. When he started saying, I was like, no.
Yeah.
When he was like, his name was Elder, I was like,
but you know what? I always thought that his death was suspicious. Because the way that they were talking about it in the book, I just always had that inkling. I was just like, I feel like he was killed.
I didn't get that.
Because you're up. Well, I had that notion all the way up until they described how his body was in the car. How mangled he was. And I was like, oh, well, maybe he was just driving too fast.
In a new car and everything.
But I was like, but the way everybody was just talking about his death, it was like it was an afterthought. Because, again, he's a party boy. Yeah. So all of these people,
he was well known.
He was well known.
I didn't.
They knew he was into stuff.
I just thought it was a bad accident.
I did too.
I did. I thought it was because it literally was the funeral scene. Because remember, she said everybody kept whispering and people kept gossiping and all
because
of this
they
stuff.
knew what he was doing.
Right.
They knew.
But my thing is, how his family didn't know. But the mom knew. But Nelly didn't know.
Nelly didn't know, but everybody else knew.
Everyone else knew.
Everyone.
Nelly had her own secrets. She wasn't worried about Elder secrets. She had her own stuff going.
And he helped her though with her little secrets.
Yeah,
he helped her. That and she was mad at him for the way. Once she found out, she was mad at him for the life that he lived. Like you basically left me too soon, and then I got to deal with them.
If you would have made better decisions, you would have still been here.
And I can continue, but it was kind of selfish too, because basically I'm saying if you would have stayed here, took your position that you were supposed to take, then I can stay hiding and doing my journey. I don't have to be in your position now.
But now I'm the spotlight because I'm all that's left.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it was.
Yeah, it was for selfish reasons on her part why she wanted to.
Least favorite.
Wanted, him to stay, but.
Okay, Miss Dion, who's your least favorite?
Y'all should know who my least favorite was.
I just want to hear you say it.
I just. James Glass, Jay Story, Jimmy Blue Eyes. All his aliases. I couldn't stand him.
I thought he was selfish. When he came to her and he was like, just run away with me. How I'm gonna leave? Like,
I didn't like him. I didn't like him from the very beginning of the book. And what really sealed it for me is when they were in the art museum and they were telling all the blacks that they had to leave.
And he was like, I ain't gotta go.
And they all leaving out. And she saw him lingering back. It's like basically the way I pictured it, they all, moving, leaving, walking out the door, but it was so many people that it was like a hold up, exiting the building. Mm-hmm. And she turned and looked back, and he's still standing up there admiring the photos and the statues and things like that. And she said, hey, you're not coming? He's like, no, I've been waiting for too long to leave now. Mm-hmm. And basically, I'm going to use my past and privilege, because I'm a white man.
Tell me I had to leave.
They told you got to leave, not me. And so from that moment right there, I'm like, I don't like you.
Well, I couldn't fault him for that because it reminded me of the book we watched, The Vanishing Half.
We got to read that.
Because you got to think about that time period. He's already then had to flee his only home he's ever known. The only home he's ever known, he really wasn't even welcome there.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So now I get to live this life that I'm actually choose.
Mode.
Yeah, I'm in survival mode. So I get to do whatever it is
you can be survival mode, but he was selfish.
He was very selfish. Mm-hmm. But I can understand why he was selfish. Everything was taken
from him. His
he
parents.
had no childhood.
Yeah.
Where was the joy in his life?
Because nobody wanted to deal with him back in Alabama. They said that he was basically exiled because he was biracial.
Right.
So why would I be empathetic for others when others wasn't even empathetic for me?
Even the guy that kind of gave him a fresh start in Chicago, he knew that his love was conditional.
Yeah.
Dan. They called it. His name was Daniel. They called it, but Dan.
Yeah, he was like, I won't hesitate to kill you if I have to.
And he knew that.
Right. So
he knew that.
Right.
That's why he maneuvered the way he did, though. I think he lived his life as I'm gonna be ready to flee at any moment. Because when they found out where he lived, it was like basically like it should have been condemned, you know. But he had a beautiful wardrobe set aside for his clothes in this dingy apartment.
Yeah.
He had a beautiful
talking about the attic?
wardrobe. Yes, he had a beautiful wardrobe for his clothing.
Right.
You know, so I'm like, okay, it's all about me, you know. But you know, he was my least favorite.
But the kicker was everybody that knew he was the mayor, the Taylor.
The Taylor, Abraham.
Like you knew he was,
Abraham
was
knew
the mayor.
but he was trying. I think he was.
Cause talking about, yeah, I'm gonna call you the next time he comes.
The package get delivered. I knew then. I said Abraham knew.
When she was in there looking at him try on them doggone clothes.
But this is the thing though. At the very beginning, the way she described his suit was tailor made.
Yeah.
Come on, girl. Now he takes
what
you to
sidekick
the tailor.
you know get tailor made suits.
Like this man is a boss, girl.
It fit him to the T.
People walk in, when he walk in, people shut up and bow their heads. He's the boss. What other information do you need, sis?
Because he remind me of a couple people that we know in real life. I'm not gonna say the names. But what he did was he stayed connected to everybody. He had the power over everybody because he knew
and that was his power as the mayor.
That was
exactly.
his power. He
and
knew
that's how he
everybody's
connected all of those groups together.
He used them like little puppets. So I know.
Yeah.
Okay, this is, and he orchestrated. You was smart to sit up here and just.
He was able to connect people that would never work together.
Yeah, he did.
Like,
he did.
If it wasn't for the secrets he had on them, you gonna work with me because I got these secrets, and you gonna work with them because I got these secrets.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I feel like that was the genius
But how
part
can
of
the
him.
people let this go on for so long and you don't have a face? But
Right.
Marta had a face.
Marta had a face.
And she lost her life over it. You know,
Did
because
she though? She just drew a character in the book.
she drew a character.
Drew a shadow.
But she lost her life because of
Now
Nelly.
see, in that scene right there.
When Nelly told.
No, when Jimmy told. Because remember, he said, I know, she's dead.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
we
yeah,
told
yeah.
her that she was dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So, and then also to remember back in the club.
But
when
she
that
told
dude
him,
had
can you
that
go
blood.
warn her? You should have never told on her. But now you want somebody to go warn her.
But
Right.
I'm saying, but you're the one that, you know, I don't know if he did it himself personally or if he had
No,
somebody
it was the
do it.
Irish. No, because she ratted Martha out in front of the Italians, in front of the mayor, in front of the Irishmen.
Right.
She
but,
ratted her out in front of all of those people. So whoever, one of the other three
But
did it.
again, none of them respected the mayor, like talking about.
No, they didn't.
Because
They didn't.
remember the Irishman when they was at that game and he said, "You're not supposed to be doing that right now. You're not." And he opened fire at everybody, unaliving the people
We
that she
needed more
came
information
with.
on why that went down like that.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Because that reminded me of the scene from Enemy of the State, Will Smith movie. When they was in that restaurant and he got underneath the table and that was the only somebody that came up out of there. He was like, "Oh Lord."
That's why I feel like she's working on a part 2. I really hope she's working on
I
a
hope
part 2.
she is, because this was a really good book and it had a lot
Come
of.
on with the sequel. Come on,
Yeah,
come on,
because
come on, come on.
I would love if she did a second book from Elder's point of view, or like from that point of view, same time period.
Just take it back a little bit.
Just take it back, because I need to know what happened. What was these conversations that was going on? Because you gave me stupid conversations that I didn't even know about.
Exactly. I'm like, I don't need that. I don't care.
I don't care. And then like you were giving me such details about characters that dropped off later on. Like, why are you telling me what she had on and how her family
what was
background?
Sequoia's girlfriend?
What was her?
Oh yeah, I can't even think of her name.
I
But
wanna say
Lloyd,
it's
but Lloyd
Agnes.
was the one who got shot at the
Shot in the back of the head. Yeah.
ball, you know. So,
And then
yeah.
after that, you really didn't hear nothing
I
else
think
about him.
that was just like little filler stuff. I'm not angry with at that little filler stuff because I've read other books that those little fillers was just like why, you know. So I'm not too upset about that.
I'm not too upset about it, but it was 15 hours.
Yeah, it was 500 plus pages.
528.
When it's 15
that I
hours.
had to turn to my.
But I can say, out of all of the information in the book, I want to say maybe 25% of it could have been left out. Maybe. That is a stretch. Maybe about 20-25% of
I'll
it
give it about 10%.
could have been left out.
I didn't
Because if you're not going to complete the
Keep
information.
it all for me.
Keep it all.
I'll keep it all for me.
No.
I love it.
Give me that information in the second book where I have
I like the fact
thought.
that,
You see what I'm
so
saying?
I like the fact that she put it in there so it can be a second book. And I'm like,
But what if she never writes a second book?
We're gonna hope that
We're
she
gonna
does.
hope she does.
I hope she does too.
Yes.
Cause I really
Well, I knew
enjoy
you
the
was
book.
gonna love it because one is historical fiction.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's your jam. That's your.
Yes.
That's
yes.
you.
Yes.
So I knew you would love it, but it really was a good book.
It was a good book. I really enjoyed it. So let's go on to the overall public review and or opinion. Goodreads gave it a 3.55.
I think you should have got at least a 4.
I gave it a 3 too.
I gave it a 5.
I gave it a 4.
I gave it a 5 out
I
of 5.
gave it
Well,
a 3
no,
too.
we didn't say 4, huh?
Yeah,
I don't know
y'all
why.
said
I don't
4.
know why I say 4 because I feel like it deserve a 5.
Out of 13 people at the meeting, 2 people gave it 3s.
Yeah.
3.2 to 3.5.
Well, let's just say.
Everybody else gave it a 4.
Let me just say.
Don't say it.
Okay.
Don't say it.
won't
I know.
say it.
Don't
No,
say it.
say it.
No, don't say it.
No, we're going to say it. Don't bring it up. So
She
gotta
brought
say
it up, and don't say it. I know.
Yes.
I know what you're about to say.
You know what I'm about to say?
Yes.
I would like to know what she's gonna say. So say it.
So, she's right. I have to say.
Nope.
it now.
I'm sipping. I don't got nothing to do with it.
So, I'll take your.
Oh, I know
review.
Richard didn't read the book.
He didn't read the book, so you don't get to vote.
Let's not say a name.
You don't get to vote because you didn't finish the book. Literally 4 days before.
Don't say any other names.
Okay, 4 days before the book club, he was like, "Child." When he say, "Child,"
I know.
he ain't read.
Oh, he told me. He
So
was
that's why I was
didn't
like,
finish
I'll take your rating because you read the book. I'm not taking his rating. So we're going to say one person at the book
it. Okay,
club.
well, me
You had the...
I gave it a solid 3.2 because though it is a great book, I'm one of those investigative people.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna give me information, I need the complete thought of the information.
Okay.
Unless I know that there's going to be a sequel to it that will answer those plot
questions.
holes and those questions and stuff. So it's just like when I watch Lord of the Rings and all of that, they're 4 hours movies each.
Mm-hmm.
We go through every single scene and I be like, they didn't finish this this story. I was like, when they go, but then I'll get the answer
And the next one.
in the next, I'm okay with that.
Right.
I just don't like unanswered or unfinished stories because I feel like it's a waste of my excitement,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. It does make a lot of sense. But I did enjoy it. I'm not even going to front it. And, I follow her on TikTok, and for a debut novel, she had so much publicity, so much press. She had celebrities, like, gagging over the book, and they hadn't even read it. So that was another factor for me because I did pick this book for the book club. Yes.
And it has a beautiful cover, by the
And
way.
it does.
Really nice
I am a cover snob.
Yeah, if the cover
It's a
ain't hit,
very nice cover. I ain't gonna lie, these book covers have been
They've been on
top
point.
notch.
on point because I bought The Last Call, which is a black fantasy book. She don't like fantasy.
She does not.
But me and Katie over here in fantasy world.
'Cause
Because
baby,
fantasy world
Yes.
lets you escape the real world.
Right.
And just immerse yourself in a world of possibilities.
Right.
It's just like watching
Wild Seed.
Yes.
Kissing of the Blood and Bones. Some of my favorite books because
Are my
I get to
favorite
escape
books.
away
Yes.
from
And you
reality.
got like Children of the Blood.
Blood and Bones.
Yeah, Blood and Bones. It's black warriors.
Right.
With white hair. Come on.
That's just beautiful.
Come on through. Yes.
Wild Seed. She could turn into any
Yes.
animal that she wanted to. And
her
she
kids
lived.
had powers.
Yes, and she had over
And
80
she was the
kids and
last
lived
of
over
her
200
kind.
years.
Yes.
Like, that's mind-blowing stuff.
Yes.
But she want to read about Harriet Tubman.
She want to
I
read
do.
about Harriet Tubman, a story that would never change.
Because that's
We got
reality, and I
We
like to.
got it.
I like to see
I do like
how far
reality.
we have come. But but I also get disappointed when I see how we're literally standing on the shoulders of soldiers. And it upsets me when I see us taking it for granted. So yeah.
But you also take it for granted that there are people that look like us that write fantasy.
We gonna
Empowerment.
bring her over
Miss
to the
Empowerment
fantasy side.
of all black because there is a black comic that is just dropped.
I wanna go
we
to the
want
comic
to see.
store.
There's a comic book. What is it?
I can't remember the name.
I can't think of it. I have it written down.
I know
Yeah.
you're
I
talking
do
about
wanna
like
get
dark pink.
No, I can't think of it, but she has it written out. There's this black comic store in Houston.
I
And
know
we
that
wanna
Regina
go.
Hall is supposed
Regina
to be making
Hall,
a
yes,
show.
making a show.
And Regina Hall is not Regina Hall. Regina King is going to do the voice for the book for the comic book for the one of the characters, or a couple of the characters.
Yeah.
And I can't think of the name of the comic book, but I was interested in reading that.
Not
I
you.
will do that. I'm gonna find that book because I really want to read that comic book.
Yeah.
Oh.
I said I was gonna go back to that comic
Because
store and get
it's a mix of future and historical fiction.
Yeah, it
it's
does
a mix.
both.
So
It
I
goes future and
want to
historically. So
Man, the whole point of a book club is to read books you would never pick.
And I am open to reading every book. Let me tell you something. I will read every book. If you give me a fantasy book, I'm going to read the book. I'm not going to say, oh, I'm going to go in the bookstore and I'm going to pick up a fantasy book. I'm not doing that. But if you say, hey, Sasha, can you read this book? I'll read it.
Okay.
You know, so.
I'm gonna keep you to that.
Don't. Forget I said it.
I'm gonna keep you to it.
we got it on tape now.
Forget I said that.
It's on tape now.
It's on the internet forever
Yeah.
and ever.
The internet is forever.
Oh, baby.
Forever. So it's time for our favorite part.
Yes.
If this was a movie, who would play the characters? So we didn't do all of the characters, but we did do the main ones.
Okay.
So let's start with Miss Nelly because she is the main character. She is who the book is pretty much about. So I picked a couple of people that I thought could really play her.
Mm-hmm.
Three of them that we picked Coco Jones, and I don't know if you know Coco Jones. She's a singer, but she grew up on the Disney Channel, and now she's Hillary on Bel Air. So if you haven't saw Bel Air, it's on Peacock. You should check that out. But she's Hillary, and I think she's an amazing actress, and I think she could play that role well.
I do like Coco Jones for that.
Yeah,
I
but
do.
then Lovey Simone. She has
she's
that
really good.
ability to be that black,
Defiant,
naive,
naive and defiant at the same time.
She
She
has
does.
that ability because if you
Yeah.
don't know who she is, she was the cousin on Greenleaf.
Yeah.
But she has that I can be
Naive,
defiant.
but yet
Yeah.
defiant.
Yeah.
And I do have some intelligence, so
Yeah.
I really go with the Lovey Simone.
But then let's not count out Letitia Wright.
She's too strong.
But she has
she's
the
too strong
look
willed.
for the 1920s.
She has the look.
She do.
She has
That's
the
it,
look to
though.
play the part. But
Yeah, she do.
so
Baby, she's a soldier.
Yeah.
Nelly wasn't no soldier.
Nah, she wasn't.
Nelly did get beat up quite a bit.
She
So I
did.
think we would probably go with Lovey Simone.
Yeah.
Because out of the
Yeah.
three, I think.
She looks the most naive.
Yeah, out of the
facially.
bunch. But
No
she still
offense.
can, but she
No
can still
offense.
be
We talking
very
about
smart
your
though.
acting skills, sis.
But-
Not how you actually.
But she can still play very smart too.
yeah.
Yeah. And Nelly did have some smart characteristics about her, but she
And we're basing this not because we don't know you personally, darlings. We're basing it after the characters that we've seen you play.
Right.
That's how we're. That's
Yeah.
what
There
we're
we go.
doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's go with Miss Lovey Simone for
Yes.
her. Okay.
And I think she's adorable.
She is so pretty
I
to
think
me.
she's.
I thought she was cute when she was on Greenleaf.
She was bad, but
She
cute.
was bad,
baby.
but cute. Like,
I was ready each time.
I wanted to whoop her, but then I wanted to hug her
Just
too.
like you, just a little cute little
Look at
something.
you,
Yeah,
being bad.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
So the next character we got is Mr. J. Shorey.
Jesse Williams.
I said
Yeah.
the same name. Jesse Williams.
So if you don't know who Jesse Williams
Yes.
is, he plays on Grey's Anatomy. He is what's his name on Grey's Anatomy?
I don't know.
Um,
I ain't never watched Grey's Anatomy. I've seen clips of Grey's Anatomy.
I have saw every episode of
You
every
failed
season.
her.
I have failed you.
No.
Because I have watched every episode, even the musical ones that no one loves. I saw them.
You know why? Because I watch House.
I've never saw House.
I
See, I watched House. I
Never saw an
love
episode of House. Never saw that.
Love
Yeah,
House.
that's a good. He's good.
Yeah, House
Yeah.
is good. He's so obnoxious,
He
dry.
is, and I love him though. I love him.
I love House, and he ain't even American.
No.
Yeah. The best
So
of the
yeah,
mark.
sorry. I like.
But
House.
yeah, Jesse has that. He has
No
that.
offense to Evan Ross. I
Yeah.
just feel like maturity wise, Jesse has that because
Yes.
Jay was somewhat kind of old, or he carried himself like an older
person.
person.
He was raised by his uncle. His uncle was much older than him. He was
very
old.
smart for his age. Like
Right.
he caught
He had an
on
old soul.
to how society really was
Right.
really freaking early. So I feel like Jesse Williams has that more of an acting range better than Evan.
Evan
Evan is
I really
still
was
like
basically picking Evan because of his looks.
Evan is still like a baby face to me.
Yeah.
So maybe like when he was still James Glass.
Yeah.
Evan could play when
Yeah.
he was still
Back
James
then,
Glass.
the younger version.
Yeah, the younger version.
Pre-J.
Yeah.
We'll call him Pre-J.
Jay Sawyer.
Jay
Shorey.
Excuse
Uh-huh.
me.
Is Jesse.
Jesse.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
So next we got Mr. Tomas.
Now this
Thomas Escalante E. Rose.
you picked a good.
I'm thinking
Anthony Ramos. Yes.
Because I can see him ride the horses.
Like he wasn't that tall.
No,
either.
I don't think he was that tall. And I think I'm seeing him on the horse, and I'm seeing him talk to Nelly and try to be all, strong.
And the hair and just like, oh my
And the
God.
eyes.
Because I want to know more of his backstory with his mom and his father.
Right, because that was interesting.
That was
Because
very
his
tragic
aunt raised
story,
him.
yeah.
He was with his aunt.
Yeah. And I think that would be
Because his father
good.
was still grieving.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, my father didn't do nothing. He just let them take her away. What?
Yeah.
I would have...
And wouldn't it be great if we
everybody.
continued the story and Tomas some kind of way ends up in the same world as Jay, and she's trying to get away from Jay and live this normal plain life, and then she ends up marrying Tomas and ends up right back in it. Wouldn't that be like a...
Well, she did marry
She
Thomas.
No, I'm saying, wouldn't it be great? She married Tomas because he was
Convenient.
safe and convenient, but wouldn't it be something?
No, but I think and hold on. I think she had more love for Thomas than she did Jay.
No.
She was attracted to Jay.
No,
she
loved
Jay.
She loved
Tomas
Jay.
was security.
So Tomas was security. and
Tomas was a friend and security. She never looked at Tomas in that romantic
way. She was in love with Jay, but then at the end of the thing, I don't think she could forgive Jay because at the end of the
she
day,
couldn't.
Jay was the reason. Jay killed
Well,
her
she was
brother.
her brother.
Yeah.
So like
And
I
her
love
father.
you, right? I love you, but I don't trust
Well,
you.
we don't know it was her father, but
I think
it hinted towards that it was her father because
was him or
he
the
kept her
Italians.
outside.
Right.
He kept her outside.
He did. He didn't let her go
Exactly.
home.
At crucial moments.
Unless he knew that the Italians were going to do this.
Exactly.
Or the Irishmen.
Because again, he
Either
was the
or
mayor.
Italians
He
or
was
the
the mayor,
Irishmen.
so he knew what was happening.
It could have been.
Yeah.
It could have been any of the three though.
Because why?
Because
that was my question. But why did why even kill the
reason why is because they could have just killed her. But I think because she knew so many of the corrupt men's faces. She knew names and things that she should have.
So kill her.
So did Elder.
Right. But think about it. Ambrose had the money, so let's, but they I don't know. Because he was a horse breeder. They needed him.
Right.
We definitely need a second book.
So Miss Avery, if you ever see this video,
and we hope you do.
We hope you do.
Guys, please share.
It is a great book, Miss Avery.
Miss Avery, write this
I
for us.
I need the unanswered information. It's bothering me. It really is. It bothers my spirit because I'm in investigation mode. It's an investigative book.
You need more.
I'm in crime solving mode.
Yeah, you need more.
This is an episode of CSI. Who did it? Why they do it?
Yeah.
I need the full explanation so we can go to trial.
Give us all of it. Give us all of it.
Yes.
All right, let's do our next character, Mr. Ambrose Sawyer, the father. Okay, only two black men came to mind. First one, he's a good man, Savannah. Mr. Allstate himself.
Yeah.
Mr. Dennis Hayes. Haysbert? Whatever.
Now, as far as being
I go with
upper
him.
echelons of black society, yes.
I go with him.
But as far as horse stables,
I still see it.
Keith David. But I see him
I can still see Allstate as the horse stabler. I can see it. I can see the whole
The horse breeder.
They
Horse
gave
breeder.
us great descriptions of her father. Because I don't know if he's tall, short, dark.
They did.
They
She
did.
did. That wasn't in the book.
Right.
Okay.
But I think as far as personality wise, I think it would be Dennis Haysbert.
Okay.
Yeah. But then we cannot count out Keith David.
Right.
He everybody daddy.
That's true.
He is everybody daddy.
But I feel like he's too funny.
Yeah,
think so?
and I think he's
But Ambrose had
older.
moments.
He has the more. He's
He had
a
moments
little
when
bit
he was funny,
older.
though.
He did.
No, I ain't getting no funny out of
But
him.
I feel
Really?
like Ambrose was not like a... See, with Keith David, he could play a villain and a hero.
Right,
Right, he
exactly.
could.
And I feel like Ambrose was not that person. Florence, on the other hand, was a
She
villain
was
and a hero.
a villain and a hero. Yes, she was.
But
Yes.
Ambrose, he was not that on both sides. He was that,
right there. Okay.
yeah.
I'll give you that. But like I said, those were the only two that I could see playing the role. So we'll go with Dennis.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, we got
Now,
Miss-
if Jay was dark skinned, Keith David definitely could have played Jimmy.
No, he was too old.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, if he was even if he was just dark skinned,
Okay.
he could have. Keith David could have played.
No, if
Because
Jay,
he could have played a Jekyll and Hyde type situation.
no, but you know, if Jimmy was dark, you know who I would have cast him as?
Who?
Kofi. If he was dark skinned, think about Kofi from Queen Sugar.
Kofi would, no, he's not. We're based on his character, but we're basing it on his character.
Can
Yeah.
he do
Looks-
a Jekyll and Hyde though?
Yeah.
Looks, cause Kofi,
Well, maybe not.
to me, I love you, Kofi. I think you're a beautiful,
He is
beautiful
beautiful.
black man.
He is.
I think you're an excellent actor,
Yeah.
but he's a little crybaby on Queen Sugar.
But that was the role.
Yes, exactly.
Maybe
So I
Keith
don't.
Steinfeld would have been better
Yep.
Okay.
if he was dark.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I could see it.
Yep.
Cause I see Jimmy is tall, slender. Cause she said his clothes, even though they were tailor made, it swallowed him.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't a
A
bulky
bulky.
guy.
No, he was very slim.
I bet you he bruised the hell out of her inner thigh.
You know
Night
what?
on the rooftop. I'm just saying with experience.
I
Yes.
don't think they went there.
I don't want to.
What they
Okay.
did on the rooftop?
Because what's
They
Abraham?
definitely went there, 'cause-
Abraham said,
yeah.
y'all kept me up.
All that, yeah.
You kept
They
me
was
up.
there. And
Okay.
see, and that was another thing I didn't like about Jimmy. You did all this scheming to get in her pants.
On the rooftop.
Hold
On
on.
the
Outside.
rooftop, acting like people are after you.
And the thing about it, he had money.
Money.
He
You
had
could have
money.
went and
He
stayed
didn't have
at a
Ambrose
hotel.
money. He didn't have
He
he didn't have Tomas money, but he had money.
Like why?
That didn't fit his story.
Why
Yeah.
are you running? But you could have just checked into a hotel.
That's why I didn't like
You
him.
coulda went
I
to
did not
another
like
city.
that
Right.
dude.
Chicago ain't that far from other cities.
Right, it's
Matter of
really
fact, I
not.
know for a fact that Milwaukee ain't even that far.
Right. We could have went somewhere else. But you got the mob in all of those places. So, you know, he had to go somewhere he could trust Abraham, you know. So
He
he
could
had
trust
to
Abraham.
go
Because
somewhere.
you have to always have somebody that know you. 'Cause
Exactly.
you
And
need-
Taylors
need
don't
to,
tell nothing.
you need to
Exactly.
go because they hear some of everybody's
Everything.
business.
Right.
That's like going to the barbershop.
Oh, the hair, that's what I was going to say. Go to
hair
the beauty
salon.
shop. Yeah, you
know,
get
so because
everything.
they get everybody's business.
Right.
Yeah, they got all the tea.
Right.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
so next up is
Florence.
Miss Florence. So I want to go with Ingenue.
I would.
I want to
Yeah.
go with Ingenue, but I kind of gave a nod to Viola Davis because I think she could do it too.
I think
feel
both
like-
of them could do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
both
they
of them
both
could
could
do
do
it.
it.
But I'm leaning more to Ingenue.
Yeah.
So am I.
She fits that upper echelon society.
But she can fit that, but she can also play struggle.
Yeah, she can.
Like I know struggle too.
Yeah.
And I didn't came up
I
from
think
struggle.
both of them really could do
They
it.
really
But I
could.
just
I
was gonna
don't
say
know,
both of
for
them could do
some
it.
reason I'm going with
Getting Away
Ingenue.
with Murder when she took that wig off.
Woo!
Yeah, but
That was the best scene ever.
the word wasn't ready.
All right, next up we have Miss Sequoia. So I knew she was really pretty.
Yeah.
To me, the description of Sequoia gave me that elegant model type physique.
Right.
Yeah.
So
She
that's
was
why
tall,
yeah.
but yet she had broad shoulders.
Yeah.
And she was slim.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why I went with China and McClain. Or Yada Shahidi. I thought Yada Shahidi would be a good fit too.
She does, but I don't know if she can carry the attitude, like that presence.
Right.
Yeah.
Sequoia had a
commanded.
presence
She
had
commanded
like
attention.
almost like a.
But that's why I got.
What's that lady name that play Everybody Mama with the big forehead?
You talking about
Tyler
Lynn
Perry
Whitfield?
movie? What's her name?
Lynn Whitfield?
Yeah, like when she comes on, she
Lynn,
commands
she's not
that
talking about
presence.
your forehead. You have a beautiful
I'm
head.
sorry, you do, but that's the only way I can get people to know who I'm talking about.
Right, but what about I think somebody that could command the room would be Tessa Thompson. She could command the room. I think she could walk in and command the room. She could be the center of attention.
Yeah, because she played in Creed, and some of those, she walk in and she got like that.
I think Lynn would be too old. In a way.
Who be too old?
Lynn.
Oh no! I'm not saying I was picking Lynn, but
You
I'm
talking
just
about
saying like how
She commands a room.
Yeah,
Right.
how she commands a room.
The way she carry herself.
I don't know.
I think the
Because she's
China, this baby here.
She's also another one that seems older than what she.
China and McLean. That's the way I see it.
I know China could do it because she been acting since she was 3 years old, and
Yeah,
I think
she can.
She could do it.
Oh, Keke Palmer.
I thought about Keke. I honestly did, but then I was like,
She's just short.
Oh yeah, she is.
yeah,
But she do got broad shoulders.
She does. And she commands the room.
Yeah, and
Right.
the fact that she can just switch into those characters so well.
That's true.
she could.
Keke Palmer might be the better choice.
Okay. Either way, it would be a great movie.
Yeah,
Yes,
it really
absolutely.
would.
Shameless plug. It would be a great movie.
I
Netflix,
agree.
think about it.
Amazon,
Think about it.
Hulu. Think of
No,
Not
Hulu.
Hulu.
No,
Hulu, you
no,
can
and we ain't gonna talk about
We're
Hulu.
not even
either.
talking about it.
That's
but
not even
Hulu.
mentioning.
Yeah.
Hulu is yeah.
They will give you a show and cancel it before you leave.
So will Netflix.
Netflix not as hard as Hulu.
You stand a better chance with
diets.
Netflix.
Right. You stand a better chance with Netflix
Do
holding.
you?
Yeah. Because Hulu,
Peacock.
just last
Peacock
year,
is where it's
Hulu
at.
canceled 3 prominent
Black Cake.
black shows like that.
Unprisoned.
Unprisoned,
Black.
Black Cake.
I never watched it.
It was
it's on
good.
my
We
list.
read the book, so you would watch it, and it was good.
It was 3 shows we mentioned that they canceled.
Yeah, it was another one, but Kindred, like
Now, this is what I don't like about Hulu. You put a show on there. Y'all don't buy all the episodes.
No.
Like, I should not be watching Big Bang Theory, episodes 1 through 10, and then all of a sudden episodes 11 through 15 are missing
Yeah.
right.
or expiring. That makes absolutely no sense.
Netflix do that to me. They kill me when this show is leaving. Why I gotta leave?
Right. Why is it
Why
leaving?
I gotta go? Somebody explain that to me.
Let
If you know,
the- it's
go in the
on
comments. If you in the comments, if you know why they take shows off, explain it to me. Because I would
Right,
really
that
like to
makes
know.
absolutely
because
no
it
sense.
kills me. I remember when Vampire Diaries was on there, and I found out Vampire Diaries was leaving literally 6 days before it left.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I
you
had
told
to
me
watch.
that. You had to go and watch it.
I had to watch like 4 seasons in 6 days.
I bet you had those cartoon red eyes.
I did. I was like, this. I was like, I
And you know, and I wanted to watch Vampire Diaries, and then we started watching The Magicians, and I'm just like,
Yeah, I was like, so yeah, please.
but it's
explain that to
leaving
me.
on the 15th.
Right. I'm like,
And I'm
why?
just like,
Why does it have
I
to
can't
leave?
even give it a real chance because I'm trying to rush and get through episodes.
Yeah, I was just like, just watch it. Just watch it. Just get through it.
Oh, I enjoyed the book.
I
I
did.
enjoyed the book.
And
It was a
really
good book. I'm glad we read it.
But what
and
I
discussed it.
enjoyed the most, and I know I've said it before, I really enjoy discussing the book with you guys.
Yeah,
I
it's
do.
so much fun.
I do. I was in the bank today, and I was telling the teller that, yeah, I gotta go. I'm rushing. I can't really chit chat because I be talking to everybody while I go places.
She did.
And I'm like, I can't really chit chat with you today because I have to go. We tape it in a podcast. Like, you got a podcast? Yeah, we do, girl. You know?
Come check us out. I heard. I was like, shameless plug. I hear you, girl.
This is where you find us at. You know.
Okay, we be here on the reading books, really. You would
Yeah.
think as many books as we read that we do absolutely nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we all lead very great lives outside of reading books. But this is one of our favorite things.
I be in the gym.
This is my time away from like everyday, like real life. You know,
Right,
like this
right.
is real life. But I'm telling you, this is my moment. I don't got to worry about feeding my husband.
Right.
I don't got to
Never
worry about
know.
seeing a patient.
Right.
You know, this is
I ain't
my
gotta worry
time.
about laundry.
You know,
Right,
this is
right.
what I get to do. You know,
Right.
this is my moment.
Somebody wants
And
to
we
eat.
need that though, guys.
We do. You need to
we need
find
that
that.
to have that moment.
You know.
To just relax.
Plug for you. Find something that makes you feel that way.
Right.
Because it gets to the point now that when I finish a book and I'm like, what do I do now?
What?
Yeah,
Yes.
I
What
be
is
like,
my
man,
life
now I
worth?
gotta go and do the research of seeing what book I
Book,
want to
yeah,
read next.
you
Like,
know.
what mood am I in?
Yeah. If
Like-
you have any book suggestions for us, drop them below as well.
'Cause I got
baby.
3 books queued up right now.
I got no.
You got just 3?
My TBR, my
TBR
probably
list
is probably
is
as tall as I am.
Right. It's ridiculous.
It's my wish list is long,
Right.
but
It's out of there. I don't know.
like the books that's president that I gotta read within the next week or 2, 3.
I think this is mine.
So what's your goal read for 2025?
I don't have a goal read.
You just read, huh?
I just read.
However you live, huh?
This
just
year, 2024, my goal was 25 books. But I surpassed that and I read 35.
Yes, you did.
So then this year I was like, well, you've done 35.
40.
Let's go.
You can do 40.
Let's do 40. But then this one over here is like, no, let's do 50. So now my head is like 40, 50. I don't know.
First of all,
I don't know how you gonna read 50 books if you
we
a slow
babies.
page
Listen,
turner.
listen.
She don't want to listen to nothing.
And then I be getting these big old powerhouse books like
Right,
that, you know.
yeah.
But wait a minute, guys. We babies up in this thing. First of all,
Oh, we are
embryos.
babies.
We
are
still embryos
Because
because
we in this group on Facebook, shameless plug, Black Girls Read Too. Those
yeah.
ladies in there, they was like, oh, and they said with such ease, I read 190
no, ma'am.
books.
This girl said I read 222 books.
And I'll be like, how, sis? What? When did
Like,
you do that?
222 books.
If I'm including my apps, then maybe yeah, I probably read a lot.
I'm including my apps.
Still ain't did it.
No.
Still ain't did it. So we're gonna aim between 40 and 50 for 2025.
That's why I'm
We're gonna shoot somewhere in between.
Somebody
And
Yeah,
I don't
think
want to
about
read any
books
more
that
than
I
that
read.
because I like to read slow and I like to pace myself with my reading, you know. And
Yeah, you
just,
do.
So I just
Sis be page turning.
I do.
Let me see. I wanted to just tell me what books I've listened to this year or last year.
You would probably have to go back in and count.
Yeah.
That's why I use Goodreads, because you can plug in your books, you can plug in your reviews, you can plug in everything, and it does it for you. And then at the end of the year, it tells you how many pages you read, what was the longest book you read, what was the shortest book you read. I love that. Find me on Goodreads. I have friends now. At first, I only had like 7 friends. Now I have like 25.
They're trying to get me that. I don't even use my Goodreads account.
Sad face.
I do.
Sad face.
I don't know why I signed up for Goodreads. It was something that I think I was looking
I
up
love
a
it.
book.
I'm so glad that she
and
introduced
it
me
made
to
me
Goodreads.
sign up to use the website.
Yeah,
and
and I
was
feel like
all
now
right.
I use Goodreads so much. Whenever I find a book, that's the first place I'm going. I don't even like.
To see the ratings.
I don't even open up the book to read what it's
Yeah.
about. I will put
A
it
lot
down
of the
and go to
information that we
Goodreads.
discuss in podcasts
We
is
get
from
from that.
Goodreads,
Yeah.
like the author's descriptions and stuff like
Exactly.
that. You know, it's just common knowledge that anybody can find, because a lot of times they'll just copy and paste.
Right.
I don't know if they're getting it from Goodreads or wherever, but it's the same information.
Yeah.
But we just like to, reiterate for those of you who do not like to look it up yourselves and just want to listen to a podcast. Understandable. I get it. You don't want to go searching for stuff. You just want to listen and go on about your day. You got a lot of stuff you got to do. Understandable. So we're here to give you that information. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Well,
Well, we've come to the end, guys.
Another
Of another episode. Episode. What is this? 4?
4.
4.
Let's do it. Let's do it. This might feel good. Like
That's a feel good dancer. And so usually I make fun of her doing it, but I'm gonna do it too.
Do I have a feel good dance? I have a food dance.
What's your food dance? Show the people. Show the people. I want to see the food dance.
I gotta imagine. Oh, but I will be getting some crawfish next week.
It is crawfish season. It is crawfish season. Did you hear us? Whew. We should have a book club where we are sitting here eating crawfish.
Not I.
Yeah.
Well, you can have some shrimp or something.
I have my crabs, my snow crabs. Not I.
I'm
We're
telling
gonna do
you.
a crawfish boil podcast
Yes.
for Mardi Gras.
Woo! Fun
For
times.
those of y'all who do not know, Mardi Gras is my holiday.
It is. She be having king cakes. She be doing the things, okay?
I got Mardi Gras decorations.
Yeah, and I come every time.
Well,
I'm coming.
Send
I
me
got
an
shot
invite,
glass.
and I can have my snow crabs and my shrimp or something. But
Yes,
I can't.
I
cannot
Matter
do
of fact, ooh, we can boil in
crawfish.
box.
Ball in the box. Yeah.
Now that's a plug, Stanley. You welcome.
You're welcome. You should give us some. You should give us something, but it's cool if you don't. We still gonna.
We still gonna buy because I didn't get to get none last year because I didn't have any major gatherings.
Yeah.
But I'm getting it this year.
Yeah. So I love it. I love it. Crawfish boil, podcast, book
You can
club.
order your shrimp through
Oh,
him
this
and
is
your
gonna be
crab.
so. I'm so excited. I am so excited about this.
I'm excited too.
Not the spirit.
Oh my gosh, my back hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This pickleball got my
It's-
back
it's-
hurting.
Yeah.
All right, so same candle from last time, and we're also gonna read our quotes. We didn't read the quotes.
Oh, okay. So these were some of my favorite quotes. Like I got them at the very beginning of the book. How I knew who the Mayor of Maxwell Street was on page 186. He said, as him and Nelly was walking down the street to the market, and that he was basically telling her, about himself, because she was saying, how can you go around here passing and whatever like that in this life or whatever like that, and then they got discussing about the mayor. And he basically said, those who know, know. And he said, I let everyone else think what they want. And I'm like, Nelly, they went over your head, you didn't get that?
They did.
And then just a few lines later, he says, those fool enough to go looking, I always expect to find him, meaning the Mayor of Maxwell, at the bottom. Down here in the mud and the hustle with us. Most never stop to look up where the air is clean and the living is easy. I'm like, girl, he's telling you, know. But it clicked at the very end of the book when she started to put the pieces out. Oh, he did say that, you know.
Because you know what? I also thought that she never even viewed him in that light.
Right.
Right.
Well, she saw something different about him.
But even though she saw he's wearing custom suits.
Yeah, but and on that part right here, she said she was trusting him. This is her. She was trusting him with the most delicate facets of herself. And yet, when she looked at him,
she didn't know who he was.
When she looked at him, Nelly still saw an equation impossible to decipher. She couldn't, she just because he was a little bit of everything.
Sis, you don't know who the mayor is.
No one knows.
This man is a mystery. Because Sequoia asked her, well, what do you know about him?
Right. You know what we know, which is nothing.
And Sequoia know everybody. Like Sequoia said, I know everybody. They background, everything. I don't know nothing about you except for this.
Yeah. Well, I enjoyed the book.
I enjoyed it. This was a great read.
And I enjoyed our discussion.
Absolutely.
Yes, I was excited to talk about
and I enjoyed the drink.
because I knew Dion
You
was
enjoyed
going to get on to me about my rating of this book.
Yes. When I love something, I love it. I love hard.
Yes, she does.
And she gonna be like, well,
and I'm gonna fight for it to the T, baby. I don't have.
Y'all heard her fight for perfect peace, right? Y'all heard it. Okay.
Did you reread your ending?
Yes, I did.
So she went out there on purpose. Y'all hear it, right?
Whatever.
Sorry, y'all. That is my little one. It is almost his bedtime. It is 8:30, which also means it's 30 minutes before my bedtime.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it has been amazing hanging out with you guys.
Yes.
Really has.
It has.
Come back.
Come back.
We'll be here.
We will be on a regular schedule. I knew the holidays threw us off, but we will be back on our regular schedule.
Don't forget to like, share, and comment.
Yes. and we appreciate the love you guys have been giving us.
Yes. From the
Kudos.
Facebook comments.
Kudos to you guys.
Everything.
Come on.
Yes.
Sometimes we think we just sitting up here talking to ourselves, but
I know.
we now see
We
that
have a
we
family.
people,
We
you
do.
know?
Yeah.
So thank
Yeah.
you guys
We
for
do.
coming along on this ride with us.
I
It's
know. Because we just down to earth. Now, I know our stylist is going to watch this episode and be like,
And he gonna try to comment about and
He
complain
gonna
about,
be complaining about
everything.
everything. My
He's gonna
leg up
critique
here.
everything.
You gonna get in trouble because you had this notepad up here
Yeah.
and this there.
It's not aesthetically pleasing to
Yes.
his set, you know. So,
Yeah.
And I had a napkin.
oh
and,
wow, you
Right,
gonna get you about
yeah.
that napkin, child.
You know, and I was just like, oh, my hair is.
Yeah, he gonna have problems.
We are
with it.
just, real.
But
What
we
you see
wanted
is what
this-
you get.
Yeah, we wanted this to
This
be
is
a
who we
down to
are
earth
every day.
podcast.
Yeah.
We are mothers and sisters and wives and teachers or instructors. I live in the gym and feel like.
She does. I used to live that life. I miss it sometimes. But
Don't worry, you coming back.
yeah.
She coming back.
Yeah.
Let it fool her.
But thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you guys next
Thank
time.
you.
And we are.
Come on, Dion.
I'm here.
1,
It's
2,
just a
3.